students, in this video session we will learn the basic aspects of a displacement transducer. The name of this transducer is Linear Variable Differential Transformer. This transducer is capable of measuring displacements typically in the range of few fraction of millimeters to a few centimeters. So first let us understand the construction of LVDT. There is a cylindrical pipe on which a primary coil is wound. This primary winding is excited with an AC source. Then there are two secondary windings, and these two secondary windings are exactly identical. The number of turns are same in both, and they are identically placed on either side of the primary. These two secondary windings are connected in a series opposing connection. That is, one end of the secondary, which is close to the primary, is connected to the other end of the other second secondary, which is far away from the primary. And the output voltage is taken between the other two ends of the secondary. This type of connection is a series opposition connection. That is, the two secondary windings are in series, but the voltage induced in both of them will be opposing each other, and therefore they will be cancelling each other. There is a movable core in the cylindrical pipe, and a rod is brought out from this core. With this rod, one can move the magnetic core inside the cylinder. Therefore, this is a movable core which will be used to capture the displacement which is to be measured. This shows a two-dimensional figure of LVDT, and then it shows the three main components, that is the primary in the top section, the two secondaries in the bottom section, and the movable core in between the primary and the secondary. If the core is exactly at the center, that is just below the primary, then this particular position of the core is the center position, is also called as the null position. So the LVDT works on the principle of transformers, and that is the principle of mutual inductance. It is going to produce a differential voltage at the output. This differential voltage will be proportional to the displacement of the movable core. How far it is from the null position will decide the voltage which is induced in the two secondary, and therefore the differential voltage. So the output voltage is proportional to the displacement of the core. Please observe this figure carefully. In this figure, the primary coil is shown in red. The waveform for the primary coil is also shown in red, which is the primary excitation. The two secondary windings, the first secondary S1 is shown in blue. The waveform which is of the voltage which is induced in secondary 1 is also shown in blue. The second secondary winding is shown in green, and the waveform of the voltage which is induced in the secondary winding 2 is also shown in green. The last waveform, the fourth waveform, is the summation of the voltage of the secondary 1 and secondary 2. So if the core is exactly at the center, then it will induce same voltage in both the secondaries. But since both the secondaries are connected in series opposition, these two voltages will cancel out each other, and the output voltage will be 0. Now, if the core moves towards the secondary 1, that is S1, it will induce more voltage in S1 than in S2. So V1 voltage, which is the voltage induced in S1, will be greater than V2, and the output voltage V0 will have a polarity of that of voltage V1. So you will find that if the voltage in the secondary is rising in the positive direction, the output voltage will also rise in the positive direction. Now, if the movable core moves towards secondary 2, that is S2, then the voltage induced in S2 will be greater, Therefore, V2 will be greater than V1, and therefore the output voltage will follow the polarity of voltage V2. Thus, the farther the core moves from the center, the greater is the difference between V1 and V2, and consequently greater is the value of output voltage V0. One can also notice that the output AC voltage inverts as the core passes through the center position, and the amplitude of the output voltage is a function of the distance the core has moved, and the polarity of the phase indicates the direction in which it has moved. This figure shows the characteristics of LVDT. The origin point marks the null position or the center position. That is, if the core is exactly at the center, then the voltage induced in both the secondaries will be identical, hence will cancel out each other, and the output will be 0. But as the core moves towards one secondary, it will induce more voltage in that secondary, and therefore the output voltage will follow the voltage in that secondary coil. So as you move away from the core, as the movable core moves away from the null position, the voltage will be induced in one coil of the secondary, in one of the coils of the secondary will be more, hence the output voltage will rise in that direction. As the core moves in the opposite direction, the voltage induced in the other secondary will be more, hence the output voltage will rise in opposite direction. Now, if the core moves still further away from one of the secondary, that is as if it is moving outside the cylinder, and there is no overlap between the primary and the secondary, then also the voltage will go on reducing in the other side. Therefore, the voltage peaks at a point when the core is exactly above one of the secondary windings, but as it moves further away from the secondary outside the cylinder, the induced voltage further reduces. Therefore, the other half of this particular characteristic. As we can see that in this portion, which is marked with the red arrow, as well as in this portion of the characteristic, as well as this portion, that is the third, and this. If you look at these three regions or four regions of the characteristics, it is almost a linear relation between the output and the core position, except for this curvature where it is a non-linear relation. But major part of the characteristic of LVDT is a linear characteristic. That is, the output voltage is linearly proportional to the position of the core. Thus, LVDT is a type of electrical transformer which is used for measuring linear displacement. The reason why linear word is included because this transducer measures linear position. The core is moving along a line in the cylindrical pipe. Therefore, it is linear displacement measurement. Variable because the core is moving, it is varying its position for measurement. Differential because the natural null point is in the middle, but as the core moves away towards one of the secondaries, then the output voltage is a difference between the two induced voltages, therefore differential. And finally, the word transformer because the input given to the primary is AC, alternating current, and the output which is derived from the two secondaries is again AC output. Therefore, it is a transformer. Some of the advantages of LVDT: it has very fine resolution, it has good accuracy. The most important advantage is the linear characteristic between the output voltage, which is the differential voltage, as well and the core position. So the linearity of the characteristic is the most important advantage of LVDT. It also exhibits a high sensitivity, that is, a small change in the core position reflects in a good amount of change in the output voltage. Disadvantages of LVDT are it is highly sensitive to external magnetic fields. The reason is any external magnetic field would induce additional voltage in the two secondary windings, and therefore it might not reflect the displacement accurately. So if the effects of external magnetic fields have to be minimized, then one has to provide magnetic shielding, and which would be an additional uh, arrangement required for this particular device. Also, because of the mass of the core, LVDT is not suitable for dynamic displacement measurement. Some of the applications of LVDT, as already stated, that it is used for measuring displacement, typically in the range of few fraction of millimeters to few centimeters. It can also act as a secondary transducer, that is, if one wants to measure force, weight, or pressure, then these quantities can be converted into proportional displacements, and these displacements can be captured by the movable core, thereby resulting in a output voltage at the secondary. LVDT are popularly used as null detectors in feedback positioning systems in airplanes as well as submarines. So with this, we have covered the basic construction of LVDT, the working, the characteristic of LVDT, as well as its advantages and disadvantages. And if you have any doubts or queries, please do write a mail to the email ID which is shown on the screen. And thanks a lot for watching this video.